I'm Psych, and this is the Psych's World audio show. Give us a subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. We love that. Today I'm speaking with Cold Conspirator for part 3 of what I call
part 3,
the knowledge drop. Hold on, let's say that again. Say part 3.
Part 3.
Knowledge drop.
No time for play, I'm trying to cake. High stakes, survival, increasing my fire rate. Eyes dilated, aim my sight, fly straight. If I ever want my record to see the light of day, I'ma find a way to the world need a lift. If he carry bags, I know he gon' need a tip. You're free to give, my man, but I don't need a disc. With the grip of tracks, it's really nothing for me to skip. We the creed of a better breed, and you never read us.
Bam, bam.
There it is. Bang. We're up in there all fresh, all wiggity ziggity, controllers in hands. Are you people ready to play the game?
Play the game.
Time to play the game. Let me stop before they monetize my shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So, pick up where we left off, Pat.
Okay. So basically what I was saying was a lot of people don't understand that America was filled with tribes, right? So let's first go to one of the scribes from Christopher Columbus's first expedition group. You know what I'm saying? Already had described the people that they encountered or they observed from afar when they first arrived in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? They thought they was an Indian. They was in India. They was in the fucking Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? And they looked like us. You know what I'm saying? They never said that they had they was looked like a Negro and had silky hair. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a variation of, you know what I'm saying, of a Negro in Africa or blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? They basically said that the people who they encounter over here, right, you know what I'm saying, was like it to the African. You know what I'm saying? So that means everything. That means the hair. That means the skin tone. That means everything. And so another point to be made is that there was over 120 tribes, right? That, don't forget, Native American, that term didn't exist until the 20th century. You know what I'm saying? So, there was like over 120 tribes, right? You know what I'm saying? Most of those tribes ain't recognized now because they were Negro tribes. They were black tribes. And what happened after all the wars that was waged with the Europeans who came over here, all those tribes were killed. They was all snuffed out, right? They wasn't killed though. You know what I'm saying? When the slave trade started, all those tribes began to go under the umbrella of Negro, right?
Right.
The only ones who was allowed to consider themselves native to this land were the Mongoloid tribes. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, the Mongoloid tribes are the ones who also, coincidentally,
chased the Europeans out of the caves.
They became known as the civilized tribes because them motherfuckers are the ones who started letting white folk in. You know what I'm saying? So they paid, right, by sharing their identity with white folk, the $5 Indians who, during the Dawes Roll, you know what I'm saying, which was another census, right? You know what I'm saying? There was a guy, I can't forget his first name, but his last name was Dawes, right?
Right.
And he conducted a census. And this census was for obtaining resources from due to the tribes that were left after the last war that they fought, right? And so white folks started stepping up and be like, well, I'll give you $5, right? $5 was like, I guess back then was like around $2,000. $5, you know what I'm saying? I give you $5 and you can put me on the road so I can get some of the benefits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. That's why so many white folk that's why so many so-called Indians started looking like, you know what I'm saying, like Marlon Brando and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, while all the Indians who look like us became, you know what I'm saying, Negroes, some of them stayed free in the North. A lot of them became slaves in the South. A lot of cats don't know that shit though, because they too busy listening to what's coming out of the motherfuckers' mouths. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what happens when you start telling a motherfucker they somebody else for 2 generations, they start thinking they somebody else. But your elders, right? Your elders, if you are a Generation Xer or you are a baby boomer, right? You ain't never heard your ancestors, your elders tell you African at all.
No.
And that's the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? You like none of your elders outside of you being a millennial or possibly Generation Y would tell you that you are African. And it's pretty much because that's what they was taught through the education system. They ain't ever had nobody, no elder tell them that they African. You know what I'm saying? So we are busting open all these little pinatas. You know what I'm saying? And all this candy is popping out. You know what I'm saying? And we still allowing, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers to like come and dictate, you know what I'm saying, how we learn this shit. Because, you know what I'm saying, if my elders tell me, you know what I'm saying, don't tell, like, because I'm Creole, you know what I'm saying, my mother was fucking Creole, you know what I'm saying? All right, so ain't no African there.
Right.
So basically,
I'm a Moorish descendant. There's no African there.
Right. Like, when I went to school though, right? Oh, you African. All y'all came from Africa, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers didn't know shit about slavery in my generation until Roots came out.
Wow.
You know, that one movie with that mini series with LeVar Burton and Candace Kunta Kinte.
Yeah.
Nobody never talked about that, and motherfuckers like constantly.
That shit fucked me up as a child. That was
yeah. Motherfuckers like constantly like say when there was books written prior to then and blah blah blah. Well, that's where all that bullshit came from. You know what I'm saying? Like and then on top of that, motherfuckers going out getting these damn DNA tests, right?
Right. Oh, Ancestry.com. They full
right.
Shit.
If the United States told you was African, what the fuck you think the doggone DNA gonna tell you? Why are you spending money for them to like misinform you more? You know what I'm saying? To like it's confirmation bias for the government.
You spending money to hear what you were already told.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats don't want to be told that they something else. They embrace that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like my doggone buddy, right? My buddy in Missouri, right? He was told that he was Kenyan and 2 other African nations, right? And then look, now get this. All right, so he was always told that he Greek descent, Scottish, you know what I'm saying? Which honestly, dude, the Scottish were black, the Irish were black too. You know what I'm saying? So, but they don't want you to understand that, right? You know what I'm saying? They just basically. I
tried to explain that to this African dude at work, and he wouldn't hear that. He said, "No, you Irish, you not black."
No.
He doesn't think I'm black because my mother is white. I said, man, I had to keep the G with him on that tip. I said, bro, you want me to be honest with you? Women are fucking they matter and should be worshipped to a degree, but bro, they incubators. we can make people. Did you know that? They make people? They made a lot of people. And he's like, well, I said, you're probably a test tube baby, dude. You probably ain't even fully African and didn't know it.
Man, right, exactly.
I'm like, what matters is that I came out of a black nut sack. That's what matters. And he's like, okay, bro, but who told you that? They lied to you. I say, okay. All right, dog. He's just, they're gonna tell you you African just because, you know what I'm saying, that's the out of Africa theory. Well, he wasn't saying I was African. He was just saying he was saying I wasn't black. He was saying you was Scottish, but guess what? Irish. Scottish and Irish were originally black, so he's probably right. You know what I'm saying? But if he think that you white, you know what I'm saying, that you Caucasian because they say you Irish, you know what I'm saying? That's bullshit, and that's what they want you. They want you to be satisfied with having a little bit of white in you, but the majority of you is African. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no markers in your shit that tell you that you American. You know what I'm saying? Because they already got that worked out. They already got given it to some Mongoloids who crossed the Baltics and Siberia. You know what I'm saying? 2,000 years ago, when we were already here when they got here. And that's a problem. That's a damn problem that we trying to fix now. But it's so many doggone political groups, you know what I'm saying, who fucking shit up that, you know what I'm saying, that anytime you say black folk are indigenous to America, motherfuckers get mad. White folk get mad because like white folk get mad at black folk saying that we indigenous. Although, you know, white folk came from fucking Europe. And they came from the lowest parts of Europe because Europe was black at the time that they left. This shit, like, dude, this shit is fucking deep, dude. This shit is very, very fucking deep. And cats don't want to talk about it because cats, either one, don't have enough knowledge. Two, they fucking with, you know what I'm saying, they fucking with white folk fully to begin with, and they don't want to offend their white friends. They don't want to offend their Native American friends. They don't want to offend their Hispanic friends who claiming to be native of this country now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you didn't notice, a lot of Latinos are claiming that they native now. And that started happening. That started happening because we started claiming that we indigenous to this land. But we got more proof than they got. Well, you see, it's always somebody else trying to take our struggle and spin it for their narrative. Yeah, man. We this shit finna get real creepy, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna let you go here, bro. I got some things to do, and I'm gonna catch up with you later, and I'm gonna clue you in on a couple of other things. All right. All right. Thank you for speaking with us today, Conspirator. Thank you so much for having me, brother. I appreciate it. Absolutely. I'm Psych. This has been the Psych's World Audio Show. Thank you for listening. Give us a subscribe, a like, and a share, and leave a comment. We like that.
It's the North Cat, baby. I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause. I'm the law. It's the North Cat, baby. I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause. I'm the law.